Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. This was directed by Zack Snyder and is the second installment in the DCEU. This is continuing my series of reviews for every DCEU movie in honor of Birds of Prey coming out in February. I've already reviewed Man of Steel. If you'd like to check that out, it will be linked in the right-hand corner. I realized I was pointing there when it's actually there. But for right now, let's talk about Batman v Superman because similar to Man of Steel, I have thoughts. And just for clarification, I will be reviewing the Ultimate Edition. I watched it, all 3 hours of it, and that is the version that I will be talking about in this video. So with all that in mind, let's do this. After a very divisive Man of Steel, the DCEU was hoping to gain back some goodwill by adding Batman into the mix, because hey, who doesn't like Batman, am I right? But seemingly from the announcement of Batman v Superman, it was just article after article about strange occurrences and casting choices, and it just was kind of strange. With Ben Affleck being cast as Batman and Jesse Eisenberg being cast as Lex Luthor, people really didn't know what to expect. Then the reviews came out, and oh dear. For me personally, similar to Man of Steel, I have a very complicated relationship with this movie. When I saw it, like within the first 30 minutes, I was like, that was awesome, what are people talking about? And then the more I thought about it, the more it just got worse and worse and worse. And then, similar to Man of Steel, I went a long time without even seeing it. And then, with Birds of Prey coming out, I decided to rewatch it, but watch the Ultimate Edition this time, because everyone says that this is the superior version. And yeah, it's not hard to see why. But the Ultimate Edition did improve Batman v Superman, and on the whole, Batman v Superman has gotten better over time. Now, before you all actually me about how the movie is bad, just listen to me first. I'm not saying that Batman v Superman is a perfect movie. It is so clearly not. There are many glaring issues that I have with it, and people have noticed it as well. But I watched this movie just the other day, and I gotta say, I really did enjoy it. And not even in an ironic sense. I thought the movie was very good, and similar to Man of Steel, I think Batman v Superman is misunderstood. Since you probably want to hear about the bad stuff, let's talk about the bad stuff first, starting with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Okay. I try and be very patient with these kind of things. I don't throw out the whole, oh, this casting choice buried this movie. I'm not that kind of person. I try and be patient with that kind of stuff, but man, I cannot defend this. Jesse Eisenberg is a good actor in movies like The Social Network and Zombieland, but he was the wrong choice to play Lex Luthor. When you think of Lex Luthor, you probably think of a ruthless and cunning businessman. Well, Jesse Eisenberg is not ruthless or cunning. He is twitchy and awkward, who may have one moment of maybe some cunning, but the rest is just twitchy and awkward. And the movie tried to do this thing where it's like, no, it's not Lex Luthor Sr., it's Lex Luthor Jr., it's his son. Oh, yeah, I'm totally not impressed. Also, why don't you just have the actual Lex Luthor in this movie, not have his son? Hire a veteran actor like a Bryan Cranston, or I've even heard a pitch for a Tom Hanks as Lex Luthor. Get somebody that can actually be Lex Luthor, and not, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg. One of the things that Superman Returns actually got kinda right was casting Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, especially with recent developments in the news. So, good on you, Bryan Singer. But then, let's talk about the even bigger elephant in the room. Martha. Now, thinking about this, both of the heroes' names are Martha. I guess that does form a bond, despite the fact that they were beating the crap out of each other for minutes. And it just seems like all this buildup was causing to be for nothing. But hey, they have their same mom, with the same name. What's the difference, am I right? Oh, who am I kidding? This friggin' sucked and we all know it. Again, I feel like I'm a pretty patient person when it comes to stuff like this. But I'm sorry, when this happened, I nearly stopped the movie and, had to take a walk outside to get some fresh air. I was like, what the hell were they thinking? What bothers me the most about the whole Martha thing is the fact that once Batman realizes that Superman and his mom have the same first name, it's like, okay, all is forgiven, get back up, we're going to fight Doomsday now. It's like, it's all swept under the rug because you all had the same name. It's ridiculous. I know and I recognize that I say something is ridiculous in a movie about a guy in a bat costume fighting an alien, but within the context of the movie, the Martha twist is just wholeheartedly stupid. I don't want to talk about it anymore because it gives me heartburn. But now let's address the biggest elephant in the room, Doomsday. And oh my god, this is just... oh, it's just the worst. When I saw Doomsday in the final trailer for Batman v Superman, I said to myself, we are in trouble. Because that's not Doomsday. That's Gollum if you gave him enough steroids to look like Scott Steiner from 1999. It's just... what am I looking at? If you see Doomsday in, say, the Injustice games, he looks like a legit badass. He looks like a walking, talking mountain. And not whatever the hell this thing is. I mean, I guess it wasn't a portal in the sky? I actually like this movie. What the hell am I doing? I feel like I'm going through, a therapy session. Wow. Anyway, moving on to the stuff that I actually like, which there is plenty of, and it's stuff that I do enjoy, at least enough to give it a semi-positive review, starting with the Ultimate Edition. The much ballyhooed Ultimate Edition, I was like, why do we need an Ultimate Edition? You should have done it right the first time. Well, I'm sorry, because the Ultimate Edition actually does improve things. The story flows better, you get a better understanding of what Batman and Superman actually believe, and you actually get to see Bruce Wayne doing detective stuff, and, Batman to a certain extent, doing detective stuff, and you see Clark Kent doing journalism stuff. It's kind of a revelation, because it really wasn't done in any of the other Superman or Batman movies. So even if it was just for a little bit, I do give Snyder credit for doing that. And then let's talk about the action, because the action in the movie is great. It's well filmed, it's well shot overall, and yeah, the best fight in the entire movie is the Batman versus Superman fight. When you actually get to there, I believe that it is worth it. You have to crawl through a lot of exposition to get there, but once you do get there, it is very satisfying. And I like how this battle doesn't jump the shark like the Zod and Superman battle did in Man of Steel. Everything is done to make at least a small modicum of sense. Originally I was like, okay, how is Batman going to defeat Superman? He's going to use his brains, and he's going to use his technology. And ultimately, that's how he brought Superman to his knees. Batman has kryptonite bombs, he uses, laser machine guns, and it works for him, at least at first. But then Superman fights back, and wow, there is a moment in this fight, and we all know what it is. But it's where Batman is punching Superman in the face, and he's like, duh, duh, duh. And then Superman just, hulks up, and he's like, ding, 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 donk. And Superman just gives him a look And Batman's like, with the power of hindsight, and Superman just crashes him through a roof. I'm sorry, that stuff's awesome. But I also really love the car chase that happens between the Batmobile and him trying to steal the kryptonite from LexCorp. I thought that was a really good chase, with the ending of Superman just standing there and Batman's eyes just flying open like, oh, I'm in trouble now. And the Batmobile just ricochets off of Superman and crashes into a gas station. I'm like, that's... wow, that is so cool. And then Superman just rips up the doors and he's like, consider this mercy, because this is the only time you're going to get it. And then Batman does the line, tell me, do you bleed? You will. Oh, I think I just got goosebumps. And I guess that's the perfect place for me to parlay into talking about Ben Affleck as Batman and Henry Cavill as Superman. Ben Affleck has been going through a lot lately. He's been going through AA because all the drama between him and Warner Brothers over this character and all the rewrites and reshoots, like, it basically crushed his soul. Which is unfortunate because he is my second favorite on-screen Batman. The best theatrical Batman, I stress theatrical Batman, is Christian Bale. I think that he got all three aspects of Batman down perfectly. Bruce Wayne as he is in public, Bruce Wayne as he is in private, and of course, Batman. But Ben Affleck did an admirable job of playing all three faces as well. And Snyder, in a great bit of visual storytelling, shows that he's been kind of out of the game for a while. Of course, there's the Robin suit with the words, "Ha ha, joke's on you, Batman," which basically insinuates that a death in the family is DCEU canon. But we also have great back and forths between Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons, who plays Alfred, who is my favorite Alfred, just for the record. Alfred basically tries to play devil's advocate on some cases, and he's like, Master Wayne, he is not our enemy. And Bruce Wayne is like, even if we have a 1% chance that he might do something wrong, we need to take that chance. And it is like, if the movie had just been this, people would be giving him more praise. And I think I can sum up Batman v Superman like that. There is a lot of bad. However, there is also a lot of good. However, the bad stuff is so bad that it tends to overshadow the good stuff. Not by much, but just enough to notice. I am going to give Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, a great rating. This movie is not perfect. There are many glaring problems that I have talked about and have had kind of a mini therapy session talking about how much they suck. However, this movie is legitimately very good, and it is very misunderstood. This isn't just a dumb superhero movie. There are actual layers involved in this. If you were to phantom edit out Jesse Eisenberg, Doomsday, and, some of the other cringeworthy things, this movie would be held in higher regard. This movie came out at the same year as Civil War, and I think it would have fared better than Civil War. Civil War is my favorite MCU movie, but there are certain aspects of Batman v Superman that I liked more than in Civil War. Not only do I believe that Henry Cavill got hosed as Superman, but Ben Affleck got thoroughly hosed as Batman. He was made the captain of, let's face it, a sinking ship. And he took the brunt of a lot of abuse from Warner Brothers executives and, fans. Thankfully, it seems like he's back to doing more better work, so good on him for that. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. What did you think of Batman v Superman? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. I do read the comments, so please go right ahead. But, of course, coming up next, I'll be reviewing Suicide Squad, and I am so not looking forward to that. But, it's a part of the DCEU, so it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. My name is Ryan Cam. I'll see you in the next one.